Hi guys! Today I'm making a video with my brother Zach.
Hey everybody!
And we're on our way to Disney World. I asked you guys to ask questions on Instagram. Let's see what we got. Geez, Zach, our picture got 114 likes.
That's what I'm talking about. We're some good looking people.
Yeah. The first one is by Kid Rawls Bubble. Tell us a funny story about Adria.
Well, I had to spend a little bit of time thinking of funny stories. One that comes to mind is Adria was really into dogs as a kid. I'm sure you probably still are. But back then, she like wanted to be a dog. That's how much she loved dogs. And so Adria had this, and granted, Adria wasn't a tiny little kid at this point. She was maybe like 13, 12. I don't know, maybe a little younger.
I was younger. I was maybe like 8. I was like. Well, 10.
you were a lengthy.
Yeah, I was like just like lanky.
I just remember you had this like onesie.
Yeah.
And it was a dog costume. It was like a Dalmatian.
It was 101 Dalmatians.
Was that what it was?
Yes.
Didn't you have like a collar?
Yes, it had like a collar attached to it.
And Adria, I'm sure you could probably still do this too, but she could run around on all fours, and she would do it as a dog. I couldn't believe that she could, like, because I can't I can't run around on my hands and my feet, but Adria could like run at full gallop. like a horse, and so she would run around all the time like she was a dog. And so that's probably the funniest thing that comes to my mind right now.
Live Can Live asks, what's the weirdest thing you two did together? Maybe like when we used to do like those human videos with our Carmen VHS. Remember that?
Oh, I got a weirder one. I mean, that's kind of weird.
It's weird, but it's cool.
I feel like we did a good job with those.
Yeah.
But I can think of a weirder one. And I think you're gonna know what I'm talking about too. You might already have an idea. But back when we lived in our old house, I remember the girls were really, really little. I don't really remember them in this memory. But we used to go in the basement and we'd pull out there was a pull-out bed in the couch. You remember that?
Yes.
And do you remember the game we used to play?
Did we play the Prince of Egypt?
Yeah.
I think you told me about this not too long ago, and I didn't remember it, but now I remember it just from you saying
Yeah, we acted out the Prince of Egypt. Like, we were little, we also did stuff like we'd play house with the girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they were our kids.
We're so weird.
But the Prince of Egypt, I think, was the weirdest thing that we did together.
Well, we like put on the movie and acted out, or like we just acted out without the movie even on.
I don't really remember. All I remember is that like the pull-out bed became like the throne in the Egyptian kingdom, and I guess I was Pharaoh.
And I was Moses.
I guess. I don't remember it vividly. I just remember like basics.
Yeah.
And I know we did it. I know I'm not making this up. What's the next question?
Okay, Adriel Rico, since y'all are brother and sister, do y'all fight a lot?
Like currently?
I don't think we've ever really fought a lot.
Well, we had periods of time where we weren't very close. I think that's mainly because you had a much different time growing up than I did, and I had trouble like understanding all your struggles and all that.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of drove a wedge between us. Like now, I think we're pretty good.
Considering we live far away.
I mean, I consider you my closest sibling.
Aww.
I don't know if it's just the age thing, but you and I were like...
Probably.
You and I did a lot of stuff. We've been through a lot of stuff.
Oh my gosh, this is really random, but remember when we had a bunk bed, and at night when it was dark with the light in the door, when we would like make up episodes of SpongeBob?
Yeah. And you would like all of a sudden didn't want to do it anymore.
What?
Yeah, all of a sudden you just stopped wanting to do it. Every night I'd ask, hey, you want to play SpongeBob? And you're like, no. Hey, you're such a sourpuss.
I don't remember that.
And you remember the M&M lights? The Christmas M&M lights that we would string across the bunk beds?
Oh my gosh, I wish we still had those. Those were awesome.
We still have the bunk beds.
See?
I feel like most of our strange memories are at our old house.
Yeah. Well, this one, Zoe is me. What's your guys' funniest memory? There's like,
I
there's
guess
way too
some
many.
of the ones that we just remembered.
There's way too many.
Can you think of anything? Oh, I got one. And in terms of like laughing so hard, like I think it's the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
No.
It was at Christmas time. You don't have it yet?
No.
And we went into the city.
I still don't know.
And we went to go see the Nutcracker.
Okay, so we went to go see the Nutcracker at like the Philadelphia Performing Arts, and I think this guy like stuffed his pants, and if he didn't, then like
it was
wrong.
very impressive.
Yeah, like it was.
And my uncle kept leaning over to me, and I know this doesn't really have a whole lot to do with Adria, but my uncle kept leaning over to me because he was sitting next to me, and he kept saying, "That guy's top dog, and now you know why." I would laugh so hard. I ended up having to leave the auditorium because I was laughing so hard, and there were a whole bunch of like fancy ballet people around me that were like enjoying the performing arts, and I'm laughing so hard I can barely breathe.
Yeah, and that's what was funny. It was like we had to dress up formally, like it was like an actual theater performance.
It was a real snobby, you know,
rich people type thing, and like we were just laughing about this guy having a huge thingy.
Oh my gosh, he's wearing these tights, and he's got like
they were white
He's
too.
got like a bunch of bananas down the front of his shorts, and I'm just losing it. Because frankly, look, as a heterosexual man, that's not the first thing I notice on a person, typically. But my uncle pointed it out to me, and I was just done at that point. And then on the way home, I think we were just laughing so hard that my mom almost crashed. And I think I lost my voice from laughing. Like, that's still, to this day, the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
Yeah, and Uncle Scott was like, well, now we know why it's called the Nutcracker.
That was, I think, the funniest memory, I think, right?
That's definitely one of the funniest.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Am Bear asked, when you were born, did he like you or did he want a dog or something? Do you even remember when I was born?
Not real. I mean, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I've seen videos from when we were both really little, and I thought we were like best friends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember me like crying. Like, you see those videos of kids crying when they have a sister or whatever?
Yeah.
There was none of that for me, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. And like, Zach was like really young when I was born. He's probably only like a year and a half old.
From what I've been told when I was little, I didn't do a whole lot of crying.
You still don't.
I still don't, but like, I guess I just saved all that for you guys. Like, that was all your guys' thing.
Yeah.
I remember you and I being really close when we were little. You used to call me honey.
Yeah, I was like, I see ya, honey. How about this one? Adria Inspires asked, what do you...
Is that really your
Yes,
name?
that's actually their username.
Hang on, let's take a side note here. I'm still trying to get over the fact that you're like YouTube famous now and people like geek over you and all that.
Somebody just made a website for me.
I know, I saw, there's another one on there that's like, Don't Be a Sad Panda fan page.
There's Adria Inspires, Don't Be a Sad Panda fan page, Adria Cares or something like that. There's like so many.
There was a time where Adria had trouble talking to people, and now there's like fan pages being made, and I'm having trouble making the transition.
It's just like, what happened?
To new YouTube famous Adria.
All right,
what's the question?
Adria Inspires asks,
she doesn't.
What do you think is funniest about each other? I just think Zach's like overall like demeanor and sense of humor, like he's just so like laid back, and like when something is funny, he doesn't just like laugh at anything. It's only like when something's really funny.
What do I think is funniest about you? I think it's hard because like growing up, you were a different person growing up.
I wasn't really that funny.
It wasn't always the funniest, so I guess I gotta go with current Adria, who I don't know as well because you're in Florida. But yeah, I know I didn't pay it. I got it. I guess your overall sense of humor has gotten way better. It's hard to say like one thing. I guess physically, I think your gap is funniest. How straightforward you are, and you don't try to like really like hide anything anymore. I think that makes for funny moments.
Yeah. Jenny Waves asks, would Zach ever move to Florida?
I like where I live a lot right now. Like, I like being able to go see my sports teams whenever I want, like the Flyers and the Phillies. Like, that's like a big thing for me. And I like being able to go to the shore, like the Jersey Shore. On the other hand, if the price was right, like if I had a good job opportunity down here, then yeah. Or if I hit the lottery and, you know, had more money than God, then yeah, I'd come down. And I'd probably just live in Disney World. It's like the coolest place I've ever been to. Yeah, I mean, I guess if the situation was right, I would move to Florida, but it's not like, you know, I stay up at night planning the rest of my life in Florida.
I don't even really like living in Florida, so yeah. The bugs are horrible, the heat.
The heat I can get over. That's not that big of a deal.
There's no seasons. Like, I feel like I've been in an eternal summer for like an entire year.
I spent a good part of, you know, my Army career down south. Georgia and Virginia, Louisiana. Alright, next question.
Alright, Savisco asked a bunch of questions. What's the age difference between you two? It's like 18 months. He was like born
Really?
Yeah, because you were born in October of 91, and then I was August of 93. So it's like a year and a half, kind of. So it's not like a solid 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess you knew that more than I did.
Yeah, I've done the math. How long is he visiting for?
I leave tomorrow.
Oh, geez. What time? Like, early?
It's gonna be late.
Oh.
Late tomorrow. I think I can return here. I'm ready to go back.
Yeah. And how was Disney?
Oh, it's so cool. It's so neat. If you haven't been here, go. I don't care how old you are, you know, if you even like Disney or not, it's the best place ever.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Brandolio asked, what do you, Zach, think of Brandon?
I don't really have any feelings about him. No, I'm just kidding. He's cool. He's really funny, and he makes my sister laugh, and she seems happy.
He's given me a better sense of humor.
I think at first I didn't really know how to feel about Brandon, so I guess my defenses just kind of went up, and I went for the more intimidating thing. You know, I tried to intimidate him, I think, more than anything else. And I think it worked. He looked kind of intimidated.
Yeah, he thought that you hated him. He's like, I think your brother's gonna kill
you know what?
me.
But I've scared off some of your boyfriends in the past, and he stuck around. So, and he just, watching your videos with him, and you moved all the way down to Florida and kind of became an adult over him. So I think that's kind of cool. Like, I think he facilitated your growing up a lot. You know, more than we ever could.
Yeah.
And so I definitely think I'll give credit where credit's due. He's pretty funny.
Joey Stid 54. Why does your brother want to make a video with you?
I don't know. I guess I saw the video of Livy and Allie.
Oh.
And I thought that was really funny.
He got jealous. He's like, I want to be in one too.
I got jelly. We were just on the Disney bus heading back to the hotel, and I was just thinking about I was so tired. I was like, hey, I want to be in a video. I want to be in a video. And I had a little bit of wine to drink that night, so I think it was a drunk decision. I had a lot of bit of wine to drink that night. It was bottomless.
That's dangerous.
It is dangerous.
You remember Mara? Maranella?
Oh, is she on there?
Yeah, she asked one.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi, Mara.
Mara, 98, she said, I miss you guys. I hope you're all doing well. And she asked, are you still in the Army and what was your job?
I'm not in the Army anymore. I got out about a year ago. In the Army, I was a tank mechanic, but since the Army wasn't using that many tanks, I did a lot of sitting around and playing Angry Birds. I was in charge of inspecting all the M1 Abrams and M1A2 Abrams. They're turret tubes, so I go around with it's called bore scope. It's like a telescope that you stick down the tube and you can look at the inside of the tube for like cracks and stuff.
Cool.
And so that was, but I only had to do that once a month, so the rest of the month I just did nothing. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad job. But right now, my job, I work part-time at a chemical logistics company. They're a chemical shipper, and I just do you know, monkey work, whatever they need done. You know, I do those jobs, so that's pretty fun.
Cool. I think that's all we're gonna answer. Pretty much all the questions were like, what's like your best memory together? So that was pretty much it. Yeah. So I guess that's really it. Right. And I want to save some film for Disney today, so I guess we'll end it here.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, do you want to advertise like your Instagram or anything?
Not really. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. If you want to follow me, go for it.
Okay, I'll put his Instagram down below if you want to follow him, but I guess that's really it. And his Twitter.
Nah, you don't have to.
You don't use your Twitter?
I use it, but you don't. I don't care if you follow me or not. Like, it's not that, like, some people are just get so worked up over followers and stuff, and it just doesn't.
You just don't care.
It's not a big deal for me.
That's what I like about Zach. He just doesn't care.
But I really wanted to be in a YouTube video.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Wait, look at our pizza real quick. We got mellow mushroom.
It was so good.
There's the buffalo chicken and the red skin potato.
But that's not even pizza to me.
No, it's like...
That's like a dish.
What would you rate it out of 5 stars?
In terms of dishes or in terms of pizza?
In terms of pizza.
Maybe like 4. It didn't taste like pizza, so it's hard to rate it against other pizza places, you know?
Before we get too sidetracked, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.